Baxcalibur has been banned from OU, folks. This is so sad. This is a tragedy. Baxcalibur has had a roller coaster of a career so far, first dropping to UU earlier in the generation, and then returning to OU status following the banning of Chien-Pao, proving to be one of the most powerful offensive Pokemon in OU, actually, and then getting massively buffed with the release of DLC to the point of being way too powerful for the OU metagame. A vote was conducted, and Baxcalibur has been banned unanimously. Everyone voted ban. This is crazy. This was once a UU Pokemon, now unanimously being voted to ban. But I think I agree with it. Unfortunately for Baxcalibur fans are everywhere. With the addition of Ninetales Alola to the metagame, a reliable new snow setter with access to the excellent move Aurora Veil, this is an insane enabler for Baxcalibur that has pushed it further than we've ever seen. Not only does the snow buff Baxcalibur's defense, but Aurora Veil is light screen and reflect in one. You can go Baxcalibur, you're immune to burn. You can Terra, you can Dragon Dance, you can even Swords Dance. And guess what? Baxcalibur got a new option, Scale Shot, in the DLC, which is an attack that is multi-hit and increases speed by 1, -1 defense once you use it. So you can attack and boost your speed at the same time. With the new item Loaded Dice, which causes multi-hit moves to hit at least 4 times, you can do a set like this, and this is pretty insane. This is pretty busted alongside Ninetales especially. So not only indirectly buffed by the presence of an amazing new snow setter and offense enabler, it has been buffed with a new option. It was already excellent, and now it's been pushed further. And this is interesting because, you know, Uber's getting crowded, folks. There's a lot of Pokemon in Uber that are too powerful for OU, but not quite good enough to be relevant in Uber. And many people have suggested that maybe there should be a tier between OU and Ubers for Gen 9 because of how many Pokemon. I mean, Annihilate right here is an example. I don't really see that ever in Uber. Baxcalibur, I doubt will be seen in Uber. I mean, Chien-Pao's there. Who else? I mean, Iron Bundle has fallen off, I believe. Landorus. There's a few. And I'm sure if more Pokemon end up being banned from OU, I don't know if those Pokemon will quite be Uber level. So this tier might get more and more and more crowded. We'll see how we handle that in the future, I suppose. Adding in an all-new tier in between 2 tiers is a logistical ordeal, I assume, that is probably going to be a lot of work and a lot of hassle. And then you got to have usage stats for that tier, and that's a whole thing. Anyway, let's talk about what might replace Baxcalibur in the new meta. I have some suggestions. You might think I'm crazy with Mamoswine on the screen here. Newly released returning Pokemon back in the DLC, but honestly, with the Ice Ground type profile, not that many Ice types in the game. It was Ninetales Alola Sand/Alola. What do we got in RU? We'll get to that. Mamoswine might step up as a decent offensive breaker, much like its role in Gen 5. I mean, I made a recent video about that. Mamoswine in Gen 5 is great, with Ice Ground Stab, Ice Shard, and Mamoswine even has knockoff here. Oblivious could be useful too. It's immune to Intimidate, so like Landorus can't subdue you by lowering your attack. It can't quite boost up like Baxcalibur can, won't be as offensively explosive, but I think this has potential as a breaker. I mean, knockoff is a great mid-ground, not only dark coverage, but a way to cripple whatever switches into ice ground coverage, which is not much. I think Mamoswine has potential here. We'll have to see. Weavile also got knockoff back, and with now Baxcalibur not existing in OU anymore, and Chien-Pao being banned too, Weavile could rise back up to fill the gap of a fast offensive ice type. Knockoff was the main reason this fell all the way down to RU was because it lost knockoff, its most important, one of its most important options, and of course Chien-Pao being legal at the time. But now, I mean, the meta maybe needs something like this again. Ice Shot, Icicle Crash, Swords Dance Booster. Maybe with Aurora Veil and Ninetales, this could actually like set up Swords Dance more reliably than we've seen it set up Swords Dance before. Who knows, folks? Weavile's return to glory? Could it be possible? And I also wanted to give a quick shout out to Cloyster. I mean, speaking of offensive powerhouses that can boost in a single turn and destroy everything, this was a controversial Pokemon in Gen 5 OU. He's always been pretty decent with Shell Smash. And now that Baxcalibur's gone, Cloyster is probably the best option as a actual boost sweeper ice type. The issue with it is, I mean, it technically does have Drill Run as ground coverage. I don't know if that's like a good enough move to act as coverage, like ice ground coverage. It's only 80 power, it's non-stab. You could do Terra Ground. I was thinking maybe you do Terra Blast Electric. I mean, Electric's kind of a nice defensive type. It gives you electric resistance, grass neutrality, which can help you set up. Also, you know, neutral to other stuff that threatens ice, like fighting and rock. And it gives you Terra Blast Electric, which is stab boosted after you Terra, and Ice and Electric have always been an amazing coverage combo. There's also Ice Shard, Liquidation for stab, Rock Blast for further coverage. You got options on Cloyster. It could be possible. Cloyster's Return to Glory. And a non-ice type option I wanted to shout out that's kind of similar is Garchomp is another Pokemon that also got access to Scale Shot. So similar to Baxcalibur, this thing now has the Swords Dance Scale Shot combo. Now, Garchomp does not have an ability that allows it to set up easily, like Thermal Exchange, which provided a burn immunity. That was a big reason why Baxcalibur was so good, is you couldn't burn the thing. But this could still be really good, and the nice thing about this is you can run loaded dice on Garchomp, and Garchomp is not actually rock weak. So it doesn't need boots as much as Baxcalibur does. That was the problem with loaded dice Baxcalibur, is you are rock weak and you take huge damage from Stealth Rock incoming. Usually ice types need to run boots, like Weavile example set here. But that's also what's nice about Mamoswine, by the way, is it's rock neutral. I think Garchomp could afford to run loaded dice more, and Garchomp obviously has myriad coverage options. It even has sub. We could see Garchomp become a sweeper again. Garchomp has been more of a utility Pokemon using Stealth Rock Spikes, Dragon Tail. Also sometimes uses a mixed sweeper with like Fire Blast, Draco Meteor, Earthquake, sets like that. But Scale Shot and Swords Dance are... Well, it already had Swords Dance, but Scale Shot is a nice way to attack and boost speed, which Garchomp has never had. Still doesn't have Dragon Dance. I feel like Dragon Dance would be fitting on Garchomp. Many people have suggested such a thing. We've never seen such a thing, have we? But that could be cool. What do you folks think about the Baxcalibur ban? Do you agree with it? Do you believe that it was necessary? And what do you think will rise up to fill the hole Baxcalibur has left in the format? Do you agree with my assessment? The possible physical ice types, perhaps the rise of Garchomp? Could it be doable? Only time will tell. And folks, if you like high quality gameplay, feel free to check out my Jimothy Gaming channel, where I'm currently hosting a Gen 3 OU tournament with 500 entrants and a prize pool of over $2,400. It's true. And there's 8 commentated sets available right here for you to watch. Gen 3 OU is my favorite metagame. I urge you all to check this out. Coverage will be coming out consistently, folks. Thank you to the patrons for your continued support, and thank you as well to everyone who's donated to the ADB Revival prize pool. You are keeping this event alive. You are doing a service to the community. Thank you, everyone. Forgive me for another low-effort video here, but edited videos are returning soon. Thank you.
KO by one hit! It scattered spikes!
The money got different.